when you're from that area, it takes you a couple days to acclimate. Like I was getting on the ferry and I was getting bullied on the ferry.
You?
Yeah, getting bullied. Straight up, people walking in front of me and shit. But I'm from L.A. I don't need this aggravation.
Like
so Thursday,
these days they were doing that?
Oh, they're fucking rude motherfuckers. The people who live on the Jersey side and they work in New York, they think their shit don't stink, so they cut you off, you know, and you overcome it because you're an adult and you don't give a fuck. By Saturday, some lady pregnant with a fucking thing was trying to cut me off, and I finally go, oh, relax. Like, you forget that you're a nice person. Like, you forget. Wow. People not opening up doors, like people pushing. You're like, you know what? I'm from a different civilization. You know, like people, you forget. And then you toughen up by Saturday, but then you'll leave on Sunday anyway. So what's the toughness for?
You know what I've been saying for a while? Is that what's going on in New York and what goes on the entire East Coast with the difference between the way people behave there versus out here is that they're still too close to the people that first landed there. Like the people that first landed there, like my grandparents and their families, they came over from Europe, Italy, and Ireland and everything like that. Those were barbarians. Those people were animals. I mean, you just think about life, like you're talking about the Depression, right? This is all my grandparents came, like when the Depression was going on. I mean, it was a hard world. People were tough and they were mean. And you got fucked with. And, you know, my grandfather used to tell me horror stories about getting bullied. And they call him a guinea wop. Like, and just mean shit and beating him up, and just everybody was mean.
Well, they were the Arabs of today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you have to look at it.
Hard, mean world.
If it was today, Trump would ban fucking travel to Italy.
Yeah, probably.
You know? No, I saw that documentary, and it was the most interesting thing I ever saw. And it really taught me a lot about that culture I grew up around, because it always seemed very interesting to me. HBO did a 2-part special on Sinatra. In the first part, they discussed his childhood in Hoboken and how at that time the Irish were the oppressor.
The oppressor?
The oppressor. So the Guineas weren't allowed past 9th Street.
Really?
Which really fucked with them. Then stuff happened and the Italians, you know, grew, and then they got past 9th Street. But Sinatra always had that mentality of I was never allowed over 9th Street. You gotta watch it. It's fucking interesting. Oh. Plus, I understood the people I grew up with from North Bergen. See, Hoboken is moving on up to North Bergen. We're going to get a house up in North Bergen. We got a front yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, half of the people I grew up with, their roots are Hoboken. So when I watched that special on
So North Bergen was better?
North Bergen was more residential, where Hoboken was more, you know, tenements and 3 floors and, you know, yeah, North Bergen. Once they built North Bergen, a lot of people moved to North Bergen.
There used to be a club there. There used to be a club in Hoboken. What was it? There was a stand-up club there.
I do not remember. I was long gone by. They still do stand-up there. Danny Aiello has a room on Tuesday nights. They've been really trying, like, over the years to do stand-up there. I did a benefit for the Hoboken Police Department.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, a long time ago.
I did the club there in, like, 91 or 92 or something like that. And they had pictures all over the wall the time Eddie Murphy stopped by. That's all I remember. Like, Eddie Murphy was here at one point in time. Like, you know, they had, like, a photo, and it said, you know, like, 1989 Eddie Murphy. You know, it was like 3 years ago, and everybody's like, oh, remember that time? 3 years ago? Eddie Murphy came down there.
Fuck, I didn't know there was a comedy club in Hoboken. When I started in Denver. When I went back, the big club was Rascals and the other one, but there was also Main Street Showcase. It was I saw Bill Bellamy on the plane one time, and I was talking to him about it. He goes, yeah, that was my roots, Main Street Showcase.
Bill Bellamy. I forgot about Bill Bellamy.
Jay Moore, all those guys were from that part of New Jersey. And when Florentine came in here, him and Norton are from, like, South Jersey, Middle New Jersey. And they moved to Northern New Jersey, got an apartment, and they were all Jersey guys. Like, they're Jersey guys. You know what I'm saying? Don't take them seriously.
Yeah, right?
He was saying that nobody took him seriously.
Yeah, Norton always had that. It, like, bothered him.
You're not funny till you move to New York.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Like, you have to go to New York to be taken seriously. If you live in New Jersey, you're just a hack. You're telling fart jokes and shit, you know?
Those clubs in Jersey are brutal. I mean, Bananas is club, the
Bananas
one by Fort Lee. And it's brutal. You do comedy at a ping pong table.
Did you do the one in Poughkeepsie?
I did the one in Poughkeepsie.
I did that one
a couple times. in a ballroom, Lee.
Yeah.
And it's next to a gas station. That's as good as it gets, dog. And they put you in a downstairs room, and when I tell you it's fucking freezing, it's fucking freezing. They got one diner in the lobby, and it's the worst food you've ever eaten in your life. Even if they give you the 30% off, you'd rather fucking starve to death. That's how bad that place is. And you're stuck up there for 2 fucking nights next to a gas station. That's it.
I worked up there with Tony V. Do you know Tony V?
Fuck yeah.
I worked up there with Tony V. I was the middle. He was the headliner. And some lady kept flashing the light while I was on stage. I was supposed to do, like, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes, something like that. And at like 10 or 15, she's flashing the light. And I ignored it. I just did my set. I got off stage. And she goes, okay, I don't know if you know how we do it here, but you can't do that language at this club. And I remember saying, like, what are you talking about? Like, I was laughing because I was already moved to New York. I was already getting work. I already had Sussman as a manager. I was like, what? And she was like, you're going to have to change your act to work. I go, no, I'm not. I go, what are you, the manager here? I go, I got booked here. I got booked here by the owner of the club. I go, I'm going to do my act. They know what my act is. I go, you don't like it? So you want me to change? And, like, she looked at me and, you know, like, she didn't expect that. And I just raised my eyebrows and I just walked away. And I just finished out the weekend, and she never spoke a fucking word to me again. She didn't say hi. She didn't look at me.
Isn't that great when you have to fucking...
Every once in a while,
you got to drop a bomb on a motherfucker.
But
and they'll just look at you like, what?
She was talking to me like she was the manager at Wendy's, and I was the fry boy. She's like, I don't know if you know how this works here. You know, like, she's like the lady that takes the tickets. You know how the clubs, they're all in a hotel, you know? Like, Bananas was in a hotel, right?
Yeah, both of them. Both of them.
So she just decided she didn't like my act, you know, because I talked about sex. So she's just decided that I was going to have to change my act. I don't know. I'll never forget her face. I don't know if you know how we do it here, but you can't do with that language here. Oh, fuck you.
Let me tell you something.
It's amazing, those people.
I did the week one time. I was dumb enough to take a week because I was a coked out fucking savage at the Houston Little Club.
The Little Club?
The Little Club on the south side.
Oh, that's the one that Ralphie used to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they put you up in a hotel.
It's in the middle of nowhere, right? It's like...
It's out there. Somebody else took it over now. They sold it and somebody else took it over. That club was there for a long time.
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.